and welcome to Getting Your Money's Worth, the show that focuses on value. I'm Judith West, and our guest today is Kenneth Purcell, founder and grower of iSeatz.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on. Okay, so you're on for a couple of reasons. You started iSeatz. What is iSeatz? It's I-S-C-A-T-Z, iSeatz. You seat people.
No, well, actually,
you do seat people,
yes,
don't you?
technically, yes, I guess we do. We seat them, we enable them to lay down in beds. So I think that when we started the company, the name was iSeatz, and we were originally an online restaurant reservations provider, very similar to OpenTable.
Yeah.
I started the company 10 years ago, August 1st.
You started with a relatively small investment.
Yeah, $28,000.
$28,000. How many years ago?
10 years ago.
Even 10 years ago, $28,000 was a small investment for starting a company.
Right.
And what's your volume now?
This year will probably be $40 million in
$40 million
sales.
in 10 years in volume. That's a big jump. And
Yeah.
you did this all by yourself.
Well, with the help of some venture capital early on,
But basically it was owner driven.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
Founder,
now
CEO,
we set the scene. Okay. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about. You started out putting backsides in seats.
Absolutely.
They have an expression for that in the restaurant business, but we won't use it on TV. And then how did you morph?
Well, basically, the evolution was pretty simple. It was either go out of business or find additional sources of revenue. And we found that while seating people and facilitating restaurant reservations was a very easy thing to understand, it wasn't very lucrative at $2 a person per confirmed reservation. So we started looking at other ways to leverage our technology, which basically communicates inbound reservations to a supplier of sorts.
So go slow. We don't use too much techniques.
Oh, sure.
So you communicate inbound reservations. What does that mean?
Sure. Well, if you think about booking something, a theater ticket.
I want to book an evening in New York.
Sure. So that involves making or reserving or pre-purchasing some sort of activity or service. Right. Probably if you're a visitor, you need a hotel room.
First off, I need to get there.
Right. You need an airplane ticket.
Right.
We can't help you with that yet.
Yeah.
But you need a hotel room, right? You also probably need, depending on what you're interested in, maybe theater tickets, maybe dinner reservations. Right. And then you probably need ground transportation or car service to and from your hotel. So in each one of those transactions, individually, those are individual reservations.
Exactly.
So what I mean by facilitating inbound reservations is we notify the suppliers, i.e. the restaurant, the hotel.
So you contact each one of these vendors.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we have a technology platform that's sort of universally applicable to companies or suppliers or vendors that need extra distribution so that they
So you're for lack of another better word, are you like a big concierge service?
Yes, except that we have no consumer-facing brand.
So I can't go directly to you.
No. You could, me personally, but
too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad. I was getting ready to I was getting ready for the kill. Like I want to go away.
Right. Exactly. Right.
But I go to some other kind of service.
Sure. Well,
do folks like American Express use you, or travel agents? What kind of people use you?
Actually, we power sites like MasterCard.com.
Oh.
They have a program, that's their World Card program, which enables you as a member to get guaranteed access to theater tickets or concert tickets or last-minute restaurant reservations or spa tickets or golf course tee times. That's all powered by us.
Right.
But you wouldn't know it. It's on MasterCard.com. We also power all non-air reservation services for Delta.com, Northwest Airlines, KLM.
So many folks are using you. They just may not know. They may not know they're using you.
Absolutely.
So you're the support system behind many of these.
We're in the infrastructure.
Right. Okay. All right. So you took something that was a relatively small investment and you grew it way beyond, maybe way beyond even your own dreams. But you also had some things that interfered with that growth, because for starters, your company. Did you start in New Orleans?
Yes.
Okay, so when you start, you had to get through Katrina, and that piece of your story seemed to me to resonate with getting your money's worth viewers. How did you tell us about that?
Well, one of the things that when I speak about kind of crisis management and what that experience was, because I stayed in New Orleans through Katrina and moved to New York 10 days later with effectively nothing because no one planned to be out of New Orleans for 5 or 6 months. I learned a lot of things. Our servers and our technology farm was still operating 100% of the time because it wasn't located in New Orleans. But our employees scattered across the country, and while you may have a disaster plan for your business, like for example, I'm going to take my headquarters to New Jersey if there is a fire or something in my building,
or blackout or something.
Exactly. What you don't have is a redundant version of yourself.
Right.
So unless
you don't have a clone. You don't have a clone.
You don't have a clone. So the most difficult part of the Katrina experience was moving with no infrastructure to Manhattan and having to recreate our entire customer-facing infrastructure from zero. So
you had to actually start laying brick on brick on brick, just like a foundation.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, our accounting system was the only system that was in our building in New Orleans. Our building was taken over by the Vice Admiral of the Navy as his headquarters, and then there was Saks Fifth Avenue was in the bottom, and looters set the building on fire. So it was quite a difficult time. So there was no access into the building. It was a military zone. So we had to recreate.
It's almost like war.
Very much like it. Driving back through New Orleans days after the hurricane was a scene that I'll never forget. It was total devastation. It was very much like a war zone. Matter of fact, some people in New Orleans said it would have been better if a bomb would have dropped on New Orleans than Katrina, because we would have at least a clean slate to start from.
Right. So you had, you had to stay. You really had to stay motivated and keep your spirits up.
Yeah.
And those folks who worked for you.
Right. We had to keep people employed. We had to grow the business, and we had to rebuild. So
how'd you learn how to do this? I mean, you're a relatively young guy.
Yeah.
Where did it come from?
Where did it come from? It just came from the pure will to will through the situation, and a lot of it came from New York. Just the energy and the level of sort of the game in New York forced me to take some risks with the business that I probably wouldn't have taken had I been sitting comfortable in New Orleans.
Well, New York had its own. I mean, we didn't have Katrina, but we had our 9/11.
Absolutely.
So, and folks were very much in the same position you were in, of having to really just start all over again.
Yeah, one day your office isn't there,
right,
but you're still there, and your
exactly,
clients are still there because they're national or international, and then all of a sudden it's you got to start again. And so I found New Yorkers to be incredibly welcoming and sympathetic to the sort of post-Katrina New Orleanian situation because of the 9/11 events.
Yeah, that came through. But I wanted to go back to this, back to your business model. I want to do what I want to do when I come to New York. Somebody else wants to go to Buenos Aires and do what their family wants to do. Somebody else wants to go to Barcelona and just hang out at bars all the time. You must have some cookie cutters models or something. Do you have the technology that individualizes all these plans, these daily plans, these vacation plans?
Well, actually, people can.
How does it work?
Yeah, people can. So the first thing is you have to have relevant product for people to book, right? So you need hotels on a global basis. We offer probably 70, 80,000 reservable hotels on a worldwide basis. Okay. So people can cull through our list of hotels and discover.
You're talking about the agents, the booking people.
No, you as a customer.
Oh, the consumer can.
If you would go to Northwest's website or KLM's website,
I see.
you would be able.
You can go through on your own.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's a self-discovery process. We don't
really?
actually do the planning for you. When you say you want to book something, we actually do the confirmation process.
And it's so the menu is there. You go through the menu and select whatever your appetizer on for. You select your own meal or your own plan.
Your own trip, right?
Your own
you create your own
What if you want some advice?
Well, currently we don't offer advisory services for the consumer. And so
Do you have some reader comments and things like that?
Well, yeah, we have photos, reviews, mapping for the hotels and properties, lots of rich descriptions of all of the activities and services that we offer
Right.
or that are offered by the suppliers.
So there's some good descriptions.
Oh, yeah, extensive amount of sort of rich content.
How do I know, there's so much negotiating going on. The travel industry has been hit pretty hard with the recession.
Yeah.
The travel, hospitality, I'm told that only a fool goes without negotiating. Fourth night free or blah, 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 eat one meal, get two, whatever it is. How do I know I'm getting a good deal?
Well, it's all about value, right?
Yeah, and that's what we're about.
Yeah,
value.
exactly. So the customers that we typically support are looking for value in a couple of different ways. One, through a best price, right? So
Yeah.
price is always
a value.
It's important, but it's not for $5 or $6 extra per night.
Right. It may not be the determining value.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we offer our customer. So you, as an end customer, going to book through Delta.com, you would get Sky Miles for your purchase, which then you could use to redeem on Delta for an additional purchase of an airline ticket. So there are value adds that we offer intrinsically through our platform that help endear our customers to our clients.
Okay, so that's one piece of the value equation.
Right.
Another piece
Is the actual price. We've just done extensive price comparisons.
Exactly. But also, what about the ease of getting? For me, the service piece would be a big value variable.
Yeah, absolutely. Ease of transaction,
Right.
Ease of access to a streamlined service process. So where
What if something goes wrong and I booked the trip?
Sure. Like what?
You had something go wrong. You lost your bag, but that you don't take
I
care of.
can't help. I can't help
What if I
myself.
get to the hotel and I think I have booked a beautiful room with a nice view of the water, and instead I have a crummy little closet over the dump?
Well,
what
so
do I do
You
then?
would call our customer service number, and we would look up your information, and we would either help you negotiate for the room that you got with the hotel, or simply handle that all for you, depending on your preference.
So I could rely upon you to be there.
Absolutely. We're 24/7
24/7.
customer service. We have customer service in about 7 different languages.
I think that's a very big piece of what you do, because folks that book on their own on some of these sites, they go someplace, they get stuck, and they're like, hello, you're twisting in the wind.
Well, actually, statistically, 20% of the people that book online actually end up calling to confirm that everything, to make sure that everything they booked was actually taken care of.
Well, you have a good story. Thanks for. We're out of time. Thanks for being on the show. But particularly, you know what? It's great to interview someone who starts a business, gets through a disaster, stands up on his feet, and keeps on going. That really is the American dream.
Well, thanks. I'm honored to be here.
Thanks very much for being on the show. I'm Judith West. You're watching Getting Your Money's Worth. Thanks for watching.